Hello, welcome to Al Stock Trades. In this video, we're going to go ahead and do a recap on the Exxon Mobil stock as it's done extremely well over the past year. So overall, as you can see, about a year ago, we made an Exxon Mobil video that got around almost 3,000 views. So congratulations to these folks here. So back on a year ago, literally right here on the date, December 14 of 2021, we went ahead and called out Exxon Mobil stock and essentially why we were bullish as a platform on the company. Now, on December 14, literally near that vicinity, unfortunately, I believe that was a weekend. You can't find December 14 on the charts here, but you can see we called it out at around $42.73. Yes, you heard that correctly. We called out Exxon Mobil at $42.73. Now it's trading at $110. Now you may be asking yourself, well, what's the percentage of the gain? And by looking at that, the stock has increased $67 over the past year, up 158%, almost double your money if you invested at the time before oil went up. And again, you can find this video. It's called Where is Exxon Mobil XOM Stock headed? What is Exxon Mobil's intrinsic value calculation? While we made this video, many of our subscribers were like, how did you do this? What did you do? And we essentially created a platform and a software to teach people about value investing and also how to merge technicals and fundamentals together to essentially have a one-up against Wall Street. So overall, what we're going to do in this video is we're just going to look at the technicals, hence why the name of the video is Exxon Mobil Technicals, right? And we're going to just focus on the technical analysis, but instead of me drawing it out, we're going to go ahead and utilize our artificial intelligence technology to essentially help draw it out to keep things consistent. And then we're going to go ahead and look and create an investment thesis on where is Exxon Mobil stock headed, or in general, oil stock headed in 2023. Now, just as a preface, as historically, as an economy enters a recession, what ends up happening is that normally when the National Bureau of Economic Research, NBER, which declares recessions, usually oil stocks tend to outperform in the beginning because there is a flood to safety. Now, what's interesting here is that we've already had this flood to particular oil stocks due to the Putin and Ukraine war, okay? So what ends up happening now is, what's interesting is that has the market overvalued essentially Exxon Mobil, or is Exxon Mobil going to continue to rise? In this technical analysis video, we're going to go ahead and just focus on the technicals. And in future videos, we're going to go ahead and do the intrinsic value fundamental analysis. So if you like the content, please consider subscribing and liking the video. Now, what we're going to do here is we're going to open up the help menu, okay? So as we open up the help menu, we're going to open up two different things. We're going to go ahead and do a longer chart. We're going to look at Exxon Mobil, and we're going to do the daily. And we're going to go back 700 days to essentially get a beautiful picture that tells a story. Now, when you go ahead and click on this, you can actually click on it and open up a new window and interact with the chart. So what we see here is, if we push this to the side and zoom in, what you see here to the right is these are These are essentially support and resistance lines already pre-mapped out for you. And this is a Fibonacci sequence retracement. But again, I'm not going to focus just yet on this. What I want to do is, we called out Exxon Mobil right here. We called it out as soon as it was nearing the breakage point of the simple moving average. Since then, it has basically increased its price action way above the 20-day simple moving average. And the Bollinger Bands and the VWAP literally is way over the simple moving average. And it's literally been bouncing over that with some quite corrections down and stabilizing to the lower retracement Fibonacci sequence and now going back up. So as you can see, when I say the lower Fibonacci sequence retracements, I mean basically this. Now, this does look like a mess, and this takes some time, which we teach in our mastering course of how to basically read this. But overall right now, as you can see, we are starting to come up to a point of RSI being overvalued. And we're getting to a point where we're starting to see some pressure, especially on the Fibonacci sequence retracement on the upper limit here. We're starting to see that, in terms of getting higher and you got to think about the risk and reward. Obviously, down here it's pretty damn sexy, but up here it seems a little too risky. So many investors in Wall Street now are actually quite risk averse and really scared of entering Exxon Mobil stock. And unfortunately, many naive investors will continue doubling down on this stock. And, it's almost like, it's kind of too late, you had your chance, right? You just had your chance, right? But overall, right now, what's interesting here is the fundamental analysis video we're going to make is going to add the actual value of the company, and you can use the technicals over the fundamentals to really assist you in your needs. Now, what we're going to do here now is we're going to look at the 15-minute chart. We're going to go ahead and type in Exxon Mobil, and we're going to pull up another interactive chart, which is going to be a little bit more zoomed in with different technical indicators. So as you can see here, you can see that we've basically crossed right below the simple moving average right here. And we're waiting essentially to see, is this going to further go down? Are we heading down, starting a new downward trend? Or are we going to bounce off of the lower point of the Fibonacci sequence retracement in this 15-minute time chart? So only time will tell. And we're going to continue basically looking into this. We might see a short-term rally, but overall, I think there's other opportunities in the market because, let's face it, we made our money. We more than doubled our money, right? So that's pretty much what we have right now on the technical aspects, and definitely have here. It's a privilege and honor to have you here. I hope you're enjoying the content. Just joined, price of Exxon around June. So we're going to do a fundamental analysis video. And the thing is, what most folks don't understand is oil is wrapped around political constraints. What I mean by that is OPEC, right? OPEC and OPEC plus, Iraq, Venezuela. We go into a, excuse me, a lot in this video here where we talk about OPEC and how they are involved. And we do an intrinsic value calculation. But overall, I think a year ago we called it out, and that's when big money started cycling in. In fact, we called it out before Warren Buffett started to double down on Oxy. Okay, so we're going to go in and do a fundamental analysis video on the next one. If you like it, please consider subscribing, commenting, liking, and sharing. If you want access to all of our tools that we're using in terms of our stock terminal, there'll be a link down below. Please utilize and take advantage of the 7-day free trial. And if you like it, we'll love to have you and join you on our monthly meetings that we meet with our members. It's a privilege and honor. I will see you on the next one.